What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? So my setup's a little bit different right now. I have the camera right here and my laptop's over here, and if you see me like leaning forward, it's because the chat box is on the very left and it's not letting me swap it. Streamlabs can be such a pain in the butt, guys. Works sometimes, doesn't work right other times, all the things. We got the puppy dogs, we got JJ, Joey Justice, we got Bruce Wayne right here. They've been fed. They went to the gym with me this morning. Didn't play with them because I had to quickly do this live. I only have an hour, maybe even a little bit less. So real quick, the Grunge collection has been a huge hit. Thank you for everyone that has purchased a t-shirt, one of these shirts. There's 4 shirts in the Grunge collection, limited time only. They will not be reprinted, re-released or anything. So time's running out. Get yours while you can. This one, the Corso, or Kane Corso, I designed off of the Batman logo. I designed all 4 shirts. So we have t-shirts of all 4 designs and sweatshirts of all 4 designs. Everything I am associated with as well will be found in the video description, so you can get a link to these shirts, my ebook, harnesses and gear, all the training courses, and if you use code Jason with those links for the training courses, you do save 10%. So now that that's out of the way, I'm basically just going to do a Q&A. I can't obviously answer every single question. I'll do my best to answer as much as I can. Super chat donation questions will take priority, just so you know. So how is everyone doing today? Obviously, computer's there, camera's here, so if I'm not looking directly at you, I apologize. Let me scroll through here quick. Kai, great video you did as well, thank you. There's 2 up, actually there's 3 up. There's one, how I basically introduced Bruce to people that need to come into the house that are friends of mine that will be here for an extended period of time. I don't introduce them to delivery people, maintenance people, anything like that. That's off limits. So I have that, and then we have 2 sit-down videos of us just talking about training and stuff like that. And it's coffee and Corsos, so right now I have a cold brew golden ratio tea, which is like coffee but a lot less acidic-y. Typically I have coffee. I'm going with this option right now. Same amount of caffeine, just less acid. And turmeric in there. Anti-inflammatory properties, guys. Let me see here. Elgato XO, Lexi is modding. 0 tolerance policy, guys. Any disrespect, Lexi will not just time you out, she will block you from the channel. So keep everything, your comments, your questions, all respectful. I have a 0 tolerance policy. Thanks for modding, Lexi. Sweden. Henry, what time is it in Sweden? We got San Diego in the house, Wisconsin, UK, Sweden. Oh, what's the matter with Riley today, Kelly? Sick with the flu or a cold? Justina's always here. Thank you, Justina. You're the best. Your loyalty does not go unseen and unnoticed. Glad you can make it. What do you do for work? I see you just get it from work. Yeah, Nancy, the wind is howling here. It was 30 yesterday, and I think it's going to be 65 in thunderstorms today. I'm so over this extreme New York weather. We get the coldest of the cold, the hottest of the hot, as humid as it can be. We get it all, and this time of the year is the worst because it can be 60 one day and 10 degrees the next. It'll snow, melt, which just causes like mud everywhere. And as you know, with 2 dogs, and running around the mud, it's just such a pain to keep them clean. Yeah, it's a good distraction, a good distraction from work to break up your work day a little bit too. Hopefully this helps your day go by just a little bit faster. Marta Costa. We got Netherlands in the house. Let me see. Oh, before I forget, so I've been doing in the doghouse with the Corys live every Sunday with my wife and the dogs. And I've been doing Coffee and Corsos live every week with the dogs. So I'm going to stop doing them both every single week. So basically they'll be alternating weeks. So today, Coffee and Corsos live. There'll be no live Sunday. There'll be no live Coffee and Corsos next Thursday, but that coming Sunday there will be a live of In the Doghouse with the Corys. So basically, they're just going to be swapping. Instead of doing 2 lives a week, it's essentially going to be 1. PJ, how old can we start a raw diet? The moment you have your puppy in your hand is when you can start a raw diet. The breeder can start the raw diet as soon as they're eating food. Nina says I started as soon as I got JJ. Actually, he was already on raw. So he was started before I even had him. He was fed raw his entire life. What's up, Jason from Liverpool, England? Thanks for joining. Jerickson says, if I butcher any names, sorry guys, asks, would I be comfortable leaving Bruce Wayne and JJ to family friends for abroad travels? Love from Sweden. I always do. I always leave, my parents come up and watch Bruce when we travel. We're traveling to Tennessee, most likely first weekend of June. So my parents are coming up to watch both dogs. They haven't met Justice yet. They're also coming up the end of May to hang out for a couple days. So they'll meet Justice then they'll travel back here. They're about 3 hours north of me and stay and take care of the dogs. Have you ever traveled the world with 2 dogs before? I would never travel the world with 2 dogs. That just doesn't even make logical sense to do. It would put the dogs under so much insanely stress. It would be horrible for the dogs. The Chihuahua kid, and I watch you for your amazing videos of your dogo and wanted to ask you did you become wealthy, because I'm curious how you can afford a dog so expensive. Yeah, I'm not wealthy. I'm not even close to being wealthy. Not even a little bit. But how can I afford to own 2 dogs? A lot of hard work. Constant work. All the time I'm working. Quebec, Canada in the house. I was born in Ontario, Canada. He's already. I had a pre-workout before we went to the gym this morning. Now, this has the same amount of caffeine as a coffee. And I usually have caffeine twice a day. For the gym, and then usually around 11. But Coffee and Corsos, got to make it happen earlier. I feed Justice 2 times a day. Yeah, same here, Nancy. Dark, cloudy skies. I don't know if you can see that. Dark, cloudy skies. Tons of wind. I'll be surprised if you can't hear the wind. Hopefully the power doesn't go out. So if I just go away, it's because the power went out. And I probably won't be back because the power goes out. house. 4:28 p.m. in Sweden. So let's see, it's 10:38. Yes, I'm using my fingers. So you guys are 6 hours ahead of us. Australia is here. Portugal, Pakistan, Canada, Pakistan, 6 minutes. Back to Corsos, Belgium. Last year it was still snowing in May. Oh, so crappy. Uh, 24 degrees where you live. Fahrenheit or Celsius? Wales, UK. Oh, congrats on your upcoming Land Rover. Congrats on your upcoming Corso you're adopting. California in the house. Australia. Nancy's got her Mickey D's coffee. Oh, you're training, Justina, you're training to be a keeper in a zoo. That's awesome. Like, what's that training involved? Like, are you job shadowing at a zoo? Very curious how that works. Karam, I'm the alpha of the pack in the dog's eyes. It goes me, Kara, Bruce, then Justice, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, Joyful, so there won't be another live until Sunday. Let me here check my calendar. It's the 31st. Sunday the 10th will be the next live in the doghouse with the Corys. Rubbing on my shirt, my mic. Let me see here. Is that better? Flippa Marcel, the quality of the image got worse. That's your internet, bro. Your internet can't keep up. Somebody's here from Cazenovia, A. Thompson. I was just in Cazenovia about a week ago. Shout out to Liberty's Doghouse. If you haven't been there, check it out. It's good they're always sleeping during the lives. Bruce, he can be awake, but Justice, like, during lives, he tries to get attention, and it's really annoying. And I don't stand for it, so I either, like, crate him or correct him. I basically start by correcting him, as you've seen before, and if he keeps being a D, trying to get attention, I'll crate him. But Bruce is always chill. I don't know why they're so tired, because literally we haven't played yet today. I brought them to the gym. They didn't play this morning. Came home. I ate. Then I fed them. Let them out to the bathroom before this. Told them to lay down, and they laid down and went to sleep. Sorry, Roberto V. I do not. I can't read any other languages other than English. Royal Gains 3. What made you name your dog Bruce? Kara, I wanted to name him something else. Kara wanted to name him Bruce. I'm like, I don't want to call him Bruce. That's stupid. And we still didn't have a name for him as we were driving to the breeder. So we're going back and forth trying to figure out what to name him. We drove past, excuse me about the burp. We drove past a street that said Wayne Street. I'm like, you know what? We can call him Bruce Wayne because he's going to look like Batman. So that's how that came about. Food storage facilities I made for them. I mean, I didn't make anything for them. I have a freezer where I keep their food. And I also, so I store their food in the freezer, downstairs, and then I leave some upstairs in the freezer, and then I make sure I have some in the fridge that's thawed out. So it's always like from freezer to fridge, freezer to fridge. That way I have fresh food that's not a solid block of ice. Recently adopted a dog that's not socialized with other dogs. Any tips? That's a very hard question to answer. It's a very blanket statement because is the dog aggressive towards dogs? Is the dog accepting of other dogs? How are your dogs with other dogs? There's like a million questions that go along with that. He's going to chill out and lay down on the couch. Good boy, Bruce. We'll give you this angle so you can look at Bruce since he's so majestic. Let me see here. Get Bruce in the background. And let me see. Let me just fix it so it's not so yellow. Because my house ain't yellow. Just bad light. I don't have any lights on. Just the, let me turn this off too. I'm just using window light. Just natty window light. Right, Bruce Wayne? He likes to lay there and basically look out this window. All right. And he's gonna look like he's got a really wide head, like bigger than normal, because this is a wide angle lens. So anything on the outside of the lens looks really like funky. So for example, if I have it like wide like this and Bruce is standing here, he's gonna look like a giant sausage. Jiggly would you recommend a Cane Corso for a single person, working person, or would that be an issue for the dog? Check out, maybe Lexi can link it in the chat box. Check out Leaving a Cane Corso Home Alone for 12 Hours video on my channel. And check out Why You Can't Own a Cane Corso. Check out those two videos. Man, all these mic issues. Here we go. Where can I get a Cane Corso? From a reputable breeder. Don't ask me any breeders other than my own, Italica Cane Corso. That's all I'll recommend. I haven't looked into breeders in years. So even breeders I talked to years ago, I don't know if they've changed their practices. Actually, San Rocco Cane Corso, he's a good dude. I chat with him every now and then. But Italica Cane Corso and San Rocco Cane Corso. Is the mic better now? Let me know. I lost my spot. Okay. Mike is good now. Thanks, Bland River. India's here. I wish I could say your name, but hi back. Yeah, people speed in my country road. More so motorcycles, Nancy, which is like a death sentence because there's so many deer out here. I literally, on the way to the gym this morning, right across the street, I think there was 14 deer I counted. And sometimes there's literally herds of like 50. So a motorcycle going 100 miles an hour down my road hits a deer, and that's an explosion of body parts. Justina's doing animal management courses and volunteers at the zoo. That's amazing. What's your favorite animal to work with? Andrew asks, any advice for transitioning to a raw diet? The moment you stop feeding kibble is the moment you are done kibble. Give it 24 hours, 12 hours, and then start all of the proper things to start adjusting to raw. That's not something I can just quickly answer on a live chat how to do it. I do have a raw feeding course linked in the description, but yeah, so don't keep feeding kibble as you're transitioning to raw. Just last kibble meal, that's it, then go straight into raw. But you're gonna want to take steps to do it. You're just not going to feed your dog all the meats at once. Another tip is, start off with one meat, get them used to it. Give it like a month to fully transition type deal. Tony picks up his puppy Saturday. Awesome. What's up, Felix? Does Bruce ever howl? He does if there's a dog in heat around. He'll howl. He'll howl in the middle of the night. He'll howl in the morning. It's such a sad thing to listen to. Kara's like, it's so cute and funny. I'm like, it breaks my heart because it just sounds sad because he's looking for, a female. But other than that, no. So maybe if he's howling, it could be for on and off for a week, a couple times a year. And coyotes in the area going in heat will trigger him. There's a female Doberman down the road. I don't know if she's spay or not. So if she's not, that would trigger him. Then obviously if he goes to daycare and one of their dogs starts, it always happens, the dog won't be in heat at daycare, their dog, and then when Bruce is there during the day, the dog goes in heat, then he's like a mess for 3 weeks. Shout out to Mark De La Rosa. "12:30 a.m. Friday in Australia. You living in the future." Your roommate assaulted you? That's insane. I hope you're doing okay. JJ is, I think it was 63 or 64 pounds on Tuesday at 19 weeks old. Something like that. So he's bigger than that now. I don't know how much bigger. A pound to 3 pounds bigger than then. Roughly. Mark De La Rosa, good to see your face exposure by Joe Rogan. Yeah, that was awesome. For anybody that missed it, somebody DM'd me saying they were talking about Bruce on Joe Rogan, sent me the time code, and I was about to watch it, and I'm like, wait a second, I can't watch this. I need to show Kara. And I bring out the phone. I'm like, guess what's about to happen? Guess what's about to happen? She's like, no. She's freaking out. I'm like, wait a second. Before we watch it, let's get the camera and film our live reaction, because we were kids in the candy store. I haven't been that excited in forever. So I have our live reaction filmed. I'll put it in a vlog, upcoming vlog. But it was really cool to see Bruce's reach. And let's be real, it was this huge, very valuable marketing piece just handed over to me for free. So yeah, I'm going to use the crap out of that. Bruce's head is massive. I'm going to show you guys a thumbnail. So he's looking down like this, so you're literally seeing like you're seeing like the whole skull. Where if he's just looking up, you're just seeing like part of it, but looking down, you're seeing like the whole skull all the way to the ears. JJ's a little over 19 weeks. Yep, Bruce loves his sofa, and it's very bright out now, so I'll turn this down a little bit so I can see a little bit better. It's getting hard to see. I mean, it's getting hard to see outside, but it's getting too bright on me. Yeah, this is Bruce's favorite spot. He sleeps there a lot at night. This is his side of the couch, and the smaller part's Karen, my side of the couch. JJ isn't allowed in the couch. And it got bright, so Bruce is hiding his face. And it's funny because Bruce and Justice will do the same thing. Bruce will hide his face like under a pillow or blanket if it's too bright, and Justice does the same thing. Who is also sound asleep. All the boys are sleeping. Gotta be careful like not to unplug anything as I'm like showing you guys around. Good morning, Jason. Just wanted to see my friends Bruce and Justin before I start homeschool. Well, enjoy your day at school, bro. Enjoy. They just sent you a message, Instagram message regarding kind of Corso breeder. I watch your videos about making sure they are not scammers. I sent the link and love if you could. If I could look into it, I don't, dude. Sorry, I don't do that. Like literally, if I did that, my entire 50% of my day would be looking into breeders for people. So I can only do that for like clients I work with, like mentoring them. It's kind of only fair where my time goes to those individuals. Sorry, dude. But that's why I put up these videos. Free education, free learning for you guys. So from there, you know, it's in your hands to do your due diligence. And even if you do your due diligence, you could still get scammed, which sucks about finding a breeder. That's like, I was talking about it before and to Carol, like one of the most like stressful things of getting a dog is like finding a good breeder and like trusting the breeder. As you know, everyone tries to take advantage of people out there and it's disgusting. So yeah, I feel you. It's a very, very stressful thing to do. Yes, AV, I do have a video on puppy biting. So check that out. I think it's, just go to my channel and just search puppy biting. Lambert Cigar Lounge. I have a 16-week male English Mastiff. Many people tell me to get on this glucosamine right away. What are your thoughts? Yeah. I've always given my last 3 dogs glucosamine. I'm not going to recommend a brand though, because I don't know if it even works. It's one of those things, it's like, is it working? That's the issue with like a lot of supplements. Some things you can tell that are working right away, right? So for example, anybody that is into fitness, you take a pre-workout, you feel it, it's like, okay, I'm getting that like instant response. I know it's working. Some things like vitamin D, you can take vitamin D and you can actually get lab work and see your vitamin D levels raise. You know it's working. Glucosamine is a tough one. You can take it yourself, for example, and if you're having like joint pain, you could take it for a couple months and then assess if the joint pain's any lighter. But a dog that's not limping, that's not in pain, that's like these guys, I give it to them. I don't know if it's working. I don't know if it's doing anything, if I'm just wasting a ton of money on it. But I give it to them. Morning, Christopher Lee from Houston. Clean my house once a week. Bruce isn't really slobbery. Their feet get dirty, but I'm also like very diligent. Every time they come in the house, I clean their feet. If there's any mud on them, I clean their bodies. So my house isn't always immaculate either. It's far from it. What's the best advice of getting a puppy on April 15th is understand everything you're doing with training before you get the puppy. That way you're not making mistakes in the fly. That way you're actually doing everything properly. So go through, like, read puppy ebooks, how to train a puppy, obedience ebooks for once the puppy's beyond that and you need to work on obedience. There's training courses linked in the description if you need to use those. But just find the source, understand fully what you're doing before you actually start implementing it with your dog. Color in chat with Joanna. Cookies for Bruce and Joey. Thank you so much. Super appreciated. It does. The super chat donations do go to feed the dogs. Crazy expensive to feed them. For example, I just had a delivery from our farmer for these dudes Saturday, Sunday, $650. And Justice is eating about as much as Bruce now. Puppies eat way more than adult dogs. So, for example, growing, Bruce was eating 6 to 7 pounds, but we didn't start him on raw till 8 months. Now as he started to hit maturity, that started to drop more and more and more. Then it went to 5.5 pounds. Then it went to a consistent 4. Now it's a consistent 5 since we got Justice because he's so active. But prior to Justice, it was probably a consistent 4.5. But puppies, because their caloric needs are so high, because they're growing so much, they have to eat so much food. My goal with Justice is to keep him skinny. I get a lot of people saying, oh, I need to put more weight on my puppy. It's like, that's the last thing you want to do, especially with a giant breed puppy. These guys grow so fast. You don't want to put extra weight on them because those joint plates aren't closed yet. So it'll do a lot of long-term damage to their joints. So my goal is to keep feeding him enough so he can grow, but not where he's getting fat by any means. He needs to stay like skinny. So again, thank you, Joanna. Very, very much appreciated. Let me see where I was. I did not utilize fenrir training, but it's I trained Bruce before fenrir was even around. I became friends with Will, and like his training philosophies is like so in line with mine. That's why we ended up like hooking up together, and I promote all his stuff. We've worked together doing the raw diet masterclass. But yeah, his dog training and my dog training is like just so in line, like same thought processes. So yeah, that's why I'm always pushing those so hard. And I do get commission on sales. But I would never promote something I'd not, that A, I don't use, or B, I'm not a believer in. Which also, and I'm super careful about what I promote. So to go back to, I don't remember who asked the question about what brand of glucosamine. It's great that I can be a good influence on you guys, right? I take a lot of pride in that and honor in that. And I respect that that you guys take my word, take my advice. So I'm extremely cautious of what I promote. And I've been on YouTube with my wife on her channel. Like, we hit 10 years on her channel this past November. And I've like seen it all with companies, what they do. And this is like human companies. So there's multiple reasons why I won't just promote anything. One, I'm not going to promote something unless I'm a true believer in it and I know it works. Like the Big Barker beds, for example. Orthopedic beds, they're amazing. The dogs love them. That's why I ended up hooking up with them. But a lot of companies try to take advantage of creators. So I'm not going to give X, Y, and Z company exposure, for example. Because, for example, let's say you don't have a social media platform. You went to a company that sells like pet food, big, hey, can you give me free pet food? Right? They're going to be like, no, I'm not giving you free pet food. What are you doing for me? A lot of these companies try to use creators and be like, hey, if I send you a bottle of this, can you review it? It's like, no, I'm not going to give you free publicity for a $20 bottle of X, Y, or Z. But I try to be very careful also on what I promote. Like I said, I have to make sure it works. And I really saw this when Bruce hurt his leg. I literally purchased a CBD. I used to promote another CBD that I know worked for Bruce. And actually I was partners in the company with my wife. But that company's no longer. It's no longer sold. So I was doing a vlog, told everyone I'm going to try this CBD, and I showed it really quick. And that's all I said. I'm going to try this out in Bruce, see if it works. Probably for like 2 solid weeks, because you couldn't even see what it was called, like the company name. Everyone kept asking me, hey, can you send me the brand of CBD you got? I want to get it. Like, so many questions. And the question would be, what brand of CBD is that? That's not the question that you guys should be asking. The question you guys, or those individuals should have been asking me is, hey, did that CBD work for Bruce? Was there any side effects, any negative side effects with that CBD? So you see what I mean? Like, I just like mention a product and then everybody wants it. And so I'm very cautious because guess what? That CBD didn't do crap for him. It didn't help his limp whatsoever. So I'm glad I didn't like tell these people what brand it was, because they would have went out and purchased a $60 bottle of CBD because their dog's joints were hurting, and it possibly may not have worked because it didn't work on Bruce. Sorry, I went on a rant tangent there. Just kind of letting you guys into my head and why, if I don't show products always if I'm using them. I know in a vlog I showed their morning supplement routine, and I'm giving them like this like skin and coat like just supplement, so like a natural supplement, and the company sent it to me. They said, hey, can you try this out? No strings attached, right? I'm like, sure, I'll try it out. So yeah, I feel like Bruce's coat is already like super soft, right? But Kara and I noticed even a softer coat. Right now he's shedding, and he's still soft, but he's shedding at shedding season. So then this company comes back and said, hey, did you like our product? And I told him, I'm like, yeah, it seemed like it's working. He's like, hey, can you do a video review on it? I'm like, no. He said no strings attached. I'm like, but if you'd like to discuss a long-term partnership, I'd love to work with you guys. But their partnership is I still have to buy the product, so they want free marketing and me to buy the product to market it for free, and I only get like 5% affiliates. So you also got to think of like business side of things, because I'm not going to let people take advantage of me, of my dogs, for example. It's really hard to grow your channel, right? It's like, just like they have to grow their company and put money into the company, I have to put money into the channel to grow my channel through video equipment, lots of time and effort. And I know a lot of you guys appreciate it. So I'm not just going to let anyone take advantage of me either. But if they end up coming back and wanting to working together, I would recommend their product for sure. All right. Read Nancy's question. Typo. Where I reside, we have residents complaining of suspicious males walking dogs or probing around locked vehicles. If you say questionable person, Would you send the dog out to check the area? No, that'd be super irresponsible of me. A, the dog bites someone, I'm liable. B, what happens if they steal the dog somehow, or they kill the dog, or no, that's not how I'd handle things with my dog. It's just not. It's a safety thing, a liability thing. What you do is you call the police. That's what you do. How come I don't use a collar around the house with Bruce or Joey? Because I don't need one. There's no point. I mean, why have it on them? They look better all natural. Kane H. I never heard about a shrinking head. My Bruce's head shrunk after he was neutered. Lost a lot of his muscle tone. Now the muscle tone, yeah, that's obvious to me. You know, you take out testosterone. Testosterone helps people build muscle. That's why guys, 9 times out of 10, have a much easier time putting on muscle than females. Females have testosterone, but it's at a much, much lower level compared to a male. So that's why there's always usually a strength disparity between the two. You know, that's why there's male and female sports. So yeah, that happens a lot. You get your dog neutered. Not only do they lose muscle tone, they can put on fat easier. It can make them very depressed. A lot of negative things can come with that. And unfortunately, the vets do not do a good enough job educating the client on such things. What they'll do is educate dog and saying, oh, it'll reduce prostate cancer, testicular cancer, but it won't, excuse me, I got a burp. But it won't give, they won't give like the copious amounts of hormonal conditions it causes, depression it can cause, joint issues it can cause, cancers that it can cause that are much more harsh than prostate or testicular cancer. Typically, I think the survival rate of like prostate and testicular cancer in dogs is extremely high. It's already extremely rare to get, even unneutered, and the survival rate's very high, very curable. Now neutering, spaying, that can cause certain cancers like bone cancer, and that's pretty much a death sentence, unfortunately. And I really wish that the veterinary world would catch up to current science out there, current research. There's a ton done on it. I've done 2 videos. Yeah, I give my opinion, but I dive into fact, like literally reading studies. So it's all factual, scientifically based. So check those 2 videos out if you're curious about that. Before you make any decision, you know, if you want to neuter your dog, go ahead. But I always tell people just try to fully educate yourself as much as possible before you make the decision and have a regret. Bruce was the first dog I never neutered. So no shame that you neutered your dog. I'm not ragging on you at all. I never had any issues with any dog except for my last one. My Akita lived to be 13. He was neutered. My English Bulldog lived to be 9. Their average lifespan's 9 to 11, but I feel like neutering him killed him earlier because he ended up with Cushing's disease. Cushing's disease is a hormonal disease that can be triggered by neutering your dog, unfortunately. So, and you can also do other things other than neutering and spaying. You can do an ovary sparing spay, so the dog's hormones stay intact. And just like dudes can have a vasectomy and my hormones would stay intact, if I had one, you can get a vasectomy in a dog and their hormones stay intact. And it's myth that your dog's going to calm down as well, because I know people are may say that. They could, or they could be the complete opposite and become more aggressive, more energetic. You never know what's going to happen, right? Just like I wish I fed my English Bulldog a raw diet. He had a lot of skin issues. He only lived to be 9. But would it have extended his life? I don't, like, there's no way to tell, right? So you just kind of have to go off research and what you feel like is the best route for you and your dog. All right, what do we got here? Oh, here's a good one. Did you have any issues with Justice and Bruce liking water or avoiding it? Now, baths, no. They both love it. Justice hasn't been exposed to like a lake or a river yet. Bruce was like scared of it at first. And actually, if you go back a couple years, I literally have videos. Look on my channel. Kane Corso goes swimming for the first time. And basically, I show how I built him up to get in the water and go swimming. And now he absolutely loves it. He sees water and he wants to just like beeline to it. But I probably have 3-4 videos of how I went about doing it because it just wasn't throwing him in the water all at once. I can't wait to get Justice in the water. He hasn't had like fear of anything yet, surprisingly, because Kane Corsos are a lot of people don't realize they can be skittish. It's not like a good trait to have. You don't want your dog skittish and scared because a scared dog is a dog that's going to bite, right? So you always have to make sure you really work through those fear stages. Justice hasn't hit one yet. And I'm really surprised at that. JJ got big quick. I missed like 2 videos. Dude, it's insane. Like, I can tell a difference between morning and night some days. Like yesterday, he slept a lot during the day. And in the evening, I'm like, Kara, he's like so much bigger than this morning. It's just crazy how giant dog breeds grow. And just give me a second. I'm freezing. I'm going to turn on the heat. I'm actually going to grab a coat. You guys can still hear me, though. Actually, I'm not going to grab a coat. Yeah, I will. Sweatshirt. Stick with me, guys. Just give me 1 second. And keep your questions coming. What time is it? It is 11:11. I got a little bit of time left before I got to get off. Alrighty. It was 66 in the house. I need to turn up the heat, throw on a sweatshirt, and actually make this a little bit. The it's getting a little brighter out. I don't want to be complete white face. Neutering only helps with 2 things. 1, the need to procreate. 2, against some cancer variants. The downsides to neutering are 100 things. Yes, exactly. Yep. And again, you can just do like a vasectomy. Then they can't procreate, right? And I don't know why like vets don't push that as much. And just like the medical world in general, like human doctors, right? Doctors are so busy, so it's not like they can sit there behind the computer doing online seminars, going to seminars on all the newest updated research. I know they have to do continual education like my wife does to maintain her dietitian license, but it's not like they can sit there all day doing that like you and I can, for example, if we're trying to look up a new topic. So there's that aspect of things. And then just like the medical world for human people in the United States is like literally 10 to 15 years behind current research. I'm pretty sure the veterinary world's the same. And I'm not ragging on vets whatsoever. I love my vet. She's amazing. I don't know, Justine, if Oliver let Jess on the couch. We'll see. We will see. Do you have a set time routine for play and wake up, and how long do they play? Kind of yes and no. Essentially, I get up 5:45, take a shower. Kara gets up at 5:45, comes on the couch, goes back to sleep on the couch with Bruce. I'm probably out of the bathroom by 6:15. Justice is up. They've both already went to the bathroom. And we let them play that way to get a little bit of energy out. So I'm not playing with them. I'll get my own stuff together. I'll give them their morning supplement routine. Then we'll head off to the gym. I'll come home. Sometimes I'll play with them outside or just let them play together while I make my breakfast and then make their food. And then depending on how hard they're playing. So if they're like really playing hard, I won't let them eat for like 20, 30 minutes. And I won't let them eat for 30 minutes after. But typically they just do like light play in the house. And then I'll feed them, and then they usually just go to the bathroom again and they just lay down like so. But today they didn't really play too much. And now let's see, I'm back down to color and chat with Joanna. So again, thank you for the donation. Super appreciated very much. Amazing to have viewers that support us like that. It still blows my mind. Still blows my mind. And I lost my spot. How long would you say it is advisable to leave a puppy 8 weeks in the crate at night before letting them to the toilet? Again, there's no like one answer for that. Is your puppy a Chihuahua with a bladder this big? Or is your puppy a Kane Corso with a bladder that's bigger than Chihuahua? So I'll just use Justice for example. I go to bed around 9:30 at night, sometimes 8:30. And Kara goes to bed like 2 hours later than me and still ends up, because we have Fitbit watches, and she still averages more sleep than me. I have a hard time staying asleep. I usually typically wake up at 3 a.m. and then I'm like up. So Kara, I go to bed at 9, so she'd probably go to bed at 11. She would let Justice go to the bathroom before she went to bed, then put him in his crate. Then 4 hours later, she'd have her alarm set for 2 a.m. She'd get up, take him out to the bathroom, put him back in his crate, go back to bed, and then by 6 o'clock, he'd be up again. So with Justice, it was 4 hours. And she followed that routine for probably a month. She was getting up every 4 hours to let him out. Christopher Lee, Jason, your ebook was great, very informative. Thank you, Christopher Lee. I'm glad to hear that. You know, I've had so many people turn their dogs around just by implementing kind of like my thought process and strategies I did with a dog. So I love hearing people's opinions on it. So thank you for sharing that with me. And if you guys are looking for the ebook, just click on the link in the description. It says my ebook, or even in the chat box, that the sweatshirt linked up there. Like all of my merch, including that ebook, is on that link. For videos, we just 2 babies. Jen just got 2 puppies. Congrats. Joanna's got 2 Pyrenees. That's amazing. How old are they? And are they same sex, boy, girl, 2 boys, 2 girls? Sorry, you probably asked that forever ago, but I was like rambling on, or as in my best friend Will would say, waffling on. I need to start using that. I need to start using UK terminology. Lexi, thank you for licking. Thank you for linking the puppy biting course. Much appreciated. We go from the UK, feed my pup raw chicken. He does great. However, chicken feet upset his stomach. Is there science behind this? No, there's no science behind it. They just upset his stomach. And I hope you're feeding him more than chicken. I'm not sure if you're educated on how to feed a raw diet. I'm not being mean here. If you're just feeding chicken, you're going to cause major nutritional deficiencies in your dog, which over the long time is going to cause diseases, possibly death. So make sure you're feeding the organs they need. Make sure you're feeding them a proper raw, micronutrient dense diet with all the things that they need. Again, I don't know. It's hard to tell if you're just straight up feeding him chicken. I'm guessing you're probably not, But because I love y'all, I want to see you with like thriving dogs. I just have to put that out there. Just have to put that out there. Carrie T has issue with Mastiff acne. I have an 18-month-old Corso that keeps getting it. We use glass, stainless steel, clean his face after he eats. Clean his face with apple cider vinegar. And you also got to remember, so I'm sorry if my mic muffles here. So how do dogs, you got to do it, I would suggest doing it more as well. Clean it more, because guess what? Not just after a dog eats, but what's your dog do, right? That chin's always on the ground. That chin's like on everything. That chin's outside. That chin's on the grass. That chin's on dirty carpet that the dogs have just walked on. That chin's on dirty floors. That chin's on dirty couches. That chin's on dirty blankets. That chin is everywhere. So make sure you're always cleaning that chin. Try apple cider vinegar. There's some natural pet stuff. Bruce doesn't get acne, but it was getting very dry and like gross. And I purchased something from the company that wanted me to advertise them for free. And I've been using that on Bruce's chin, and it softened it up. So I would just basically search for some like skin soothing stuff for your dog as well. But give apple cider vinegar a try and see if that works. I don't know what an Indian Mastiff is, bro. Kenny Wolf and Barger, thanks for your videos. I've used a lot of your training ideas and suggestions, and our 7-month-old English Mastiff is doing remarkable. Greatest dog we have ever owned. Thanks. That's awesome to hear, Kenny. It's going to be a big dude. Keisha, congrats on your upcoming puppy. Just trying to scroll through here because I got to get off soon. Shine on, Jason. Keep doing you. Thanks, Joanna. Jen Harden, yes, you should start right away on Raw. Hello to Sweden. I'm just trying to fly through these quick. How did you alter protein levels for Bruce when he was on kibble? I don't know what you mean, alter protein levels for Bruce when he was on kibble. I don't understand what you mean by that. Justine Older Song dropping by to say I love both Joey Justice and Bruce Wayne. Have to work tomorrow going to watch the replay of this. Well, when you watch the replay of this, I thank you for watching the replay of this and stopping in saying hi. Keisha, check out my video that was up over the week. What are your thoughts on e-collars? About e-collars and prong collars. Know your worth, Jason? I do. I do. You know, that's just a life tip, guys. The world's going to try to take advantage of you. People are going to try to get the most out of you for the little that they can give. That's just how the world works. Don't let people take advantage of you. Know your worth. Be yourself. Just some good life advice. Melanie says, really appreciate you being so responsible with your influence on your audience, and heck yes, do not promote stuff for free and help others make money off you. Yep, it's just like I was saying, people will try to take advantage of you so much, It's just crazy. It's just crazy. You know, when, for example, let's say one of you guys started a channel, right? Started a YouTube channel on anything. So you went within your niche and contacted the company within that niche saying, hey, I'd like to kind of represent you, promote you. Can we work together? Do a sponsored video. They would be like, yeah, no, not at all. But then you hit a certain amount of subscribers and they'd be like, hey, can you promote our product if I send it to you? It's like, where were you when I was trying to grow? Now you want me to help you grow? It's, yeah, so people, take advantage. Jen asked, do you recommend sending our puppies to doggy daycare immediately, or should we wait until a certain age? I was going to wait with Justice until he had all his shots. My vet said don't. So I didn't. So that's up to you. Socialization, I wouldn't wait. With other dogs, if you do bring them to daycare and they're not had all their vaxes, just make sure the daycare is really clean, all that stuff. Justice is doing baby barks right now in his sleep. Corsos are dreamers. Marta Costa, I had Nikita. Love him. But nothing like a Corso. Lexi says, I love seeing everyone's IG posts where their dogs are watching Bruce Wayne on TV. Yeah, that always cracks me up too, Lexi. Lizbel Guerrero, love your channel, Jason. Just subscribed. Thank you. Binged your videos. Do you have any experience with training rescue dogs? I lost it. My Kane is from a shelter, and we've made strides, but she's still scared of other dogs. No, I've never had a rescue dog. Never had a rescue dog. Anina Ayla, thank you for the donation. Super much appreciated. How would you handle the public if they started bashing you for using prong collars? Much love. Oh, I get bashed all the time. I'm the type of person where, how do I say it without sounding like a dick? I'm a very straightforward person. So if they're not being disrespectful, for example, that's totally cool. I'll let them know that, you know, why I use it, X, Y, and Z. I've never had anyone ever bash me in public on anything. People just typically don't do that. If you see it, it's going to be like hidden behind a keyboard in the comments. People don't like to say things to your face often. But if people don't like what you're doing, and you've educated yourself, for example, on prong collars, right? You understand how they use them. You understand that they can be very helpful as a communication tool. I use one on Justice. Actually, yeah, go check out my prong collar and a puppy video, and you'll see like how gentle it was, how it didn't harm him at all, and just read the comments. You know, people just need to educate themselves. So how would I handle it online? If they're being disrespectful, I'll probably be a D back. If they're being respectful, I'll be respectful back. In person, nobody's ever been disrespectful whatsoever. Nobody's even questioned it in person. So just stick to your guns, basically. People are always going to have an opinion. And some of those opinions may be good. Some just may be ignorant and just based off emotion. And, you know, prong collars look mean. That's the reality of it. They don't look nice. They look like they are this like evil thing that's going to hurt your dog, which is far from the truth. But on the same note, people abuse them too. There's people who are just mean out there who will like use prong collars to hurt their dog. They use an e-collar improperly to hurt their dog just because of that's who they are. So a lot of people only see that and think of that versus how much they can actually help you build that level of communication with your dog. Lizbel Guerrero, thank you for the $10 donation and the love, much appreciated. Let me scroll back up here. Yes, Ruby, no spamming or you get blocked. I gotta... And also, if you spam, I just ignore you. So it's like, you spam, you're going to get blocked, and I ignore you. Laura C, tips on socializing a 3-year-old dog. She didn't get much of it when she was little, as I didn't have her. Just like you would socialize any dog, do the same thing. You know, bring them out, let them experience the world. If they're scared of something, remove them from the situation. Bring them back to the same situation. Like, for example, let's say they're scared of the beach, right? As soon as you hit the sand, they're like, oh my God, what's this? Well, bring them home. 2 days later, the next day, bring them back to the beach, but don't put them on the beach. Like, let them observe the beach from 500 feet away. The dog's comfortable, get a little closer. Go back home, repeat it the next day. But yeah, just like any other dog, just bring them out. Bring them to, if you're in the U.S., a lot of mom and pop coffee shops are dog friendly. A lot of Lowe's and Home Depots are dog friendly. The mall where I live is dog friendly. But also remember, it's your responsibility to have your dog in control. So if your dog's sitting there like barking at everything and freaking out, don't have them inside a store until you can properly get them to calm down. So yeah, just like any other dog, baby steps, and it takes time. Delia, my 14-month Corso still chews everything when I leave home. What should I do about that? Question, why is your 14-month-old Corso free to chew everything? Bruce didn't have free roam until he earned that ability to free roam. He was created 17, 18 months old is when we started. So what should you do? You should crate your dog. You should always crate your dog if you can't. If your dog does anything that you don't want it to do when you don't have eyes on the dog, then when you don't have eyes on the dog, you need to crate the dog. Because not even from like obviously it sucks to have your stuff chewed up, right? And destroyed. That's money out the window. But it could kill the dog. Like, let's say your dog got something, it swallowed something it shouldn't, a chemical, a piece of glass, anything. So crate your dog. Crate. And then baby steps to teach them free roaming. Let me see. Also breaks out of the crate each time. You need a stronger crate then. Get a stronger crate. Tie that crate shut. Get like a padlock. Do whatever you need to secure the crate. In 14 months, that's still like adolescence when they're jerks. Voodoo, when my dog's DNA test comes back, I'm going to tag you on social media with him. Cool, bro. Those tests are cool. And like I didn't even care. You obviously saw the video. As I said, I didn't even care about like, obviously he's a Cane Corso, but like the information like for possible future health issues that you get is just awesome. So that's awesome you did that. I'm going to skip down a little bit. Does my dog get along with other male dogs? Justice is a male. Yes, he does. But just because I think people think that because your dog gets along with one dog, it's going to get along with all dogs, and that's not the case. Dogs don't like every single dog they meet. A dog can like dogs, but it's not going to like every single dog, just like you're not going to like every single person you meet. You may not like their personality, their energy. Dogs are the same way. You know, they're not going to like every single dog they meet, male or female. So just always remember that one. Cane Corso is an absolute horrible dog for a first dog, 47 Ballin. Watch my 47 Ballin. Check out my Why You Can't Own a Cane Corso video. It'll kind of put things into perspective for you. Lexi, can you actually, link why you can't own a Cane Corso video in the chat box for 47 Ballin, please? I think that'll help you a lot. Even if you do get one, it'll definitely put things into perspective for you, what it takes. GoHabs says 47 Ballin, literally all sources recommend against Corsos as a first dog. You can't agree more. Could not agree more. It's definitely not a breed you want to make mistakes with on the fly. And the thing is, you can do all the education you want, right? All the training, even before you get the dog. But because you have zero experience owning dogs, things are going to pop up that you don't know how to handle. You may mishandle them, creating an issue within your dog, a behavior in your dog that you don't want that can basically snowball out of control. So yeah, there's Cane Corsos are always going to be here. They're not going anywhere, so there's no rush to get one. Wait till the time's right, is my advice. Tabitha, I am feeling good. I don't care about TikTok, Nancy. It's just not my thing. I only do things I like. I have a TikTok. I've done a couple videos, but I'm so busy. I may repurpose some videos for TikTok, but that's about it. How do I cope with all of the dog's hair in the house? How do you deal with all that? My dogs don't shed unless it's shedding season. Like literally Bruce doesn't shed unless it's shedding season. And neither does Justice because basically because they're on a raw diet. So because of their diet, their coats just feel so soft and it really cuts down on shedding. What's up, Christopher Lee? Member. Appreciate you, bro. What time is it? 11:40. All right, got to get going. 47 Ballin. Lexi linked that video for you. Please check it out. Actually, I think that's my #1 viewed video. If not, it's close. Over a couple million views. I'm proud of that one. Mia, how do you choose a proper size crate for a dog? You don't want it too big, because if it's too big, like let's say the crate that Justice is in now, I had him when he was like, let's say I had him in that at 8 weeks old. The thing's huge. I don't know how big it is, but it's huge. He would end up going to the bathroom in that crate because there's a lot of space. A dog's typically not going to go to the bathroom where they're laying, where they're sleeping. So we had JJ in a smaller crate. And then we upgraded when he outgrew that. You can buy a bigger crate, for example, and buy crate dividers. That way you're not purchasing a ton of crates because they can get expensive. Crate dividers, so basically you could have a crate this big, but have a divider in it so they actually only have this much space, for example. So if you have like a giant breed dog, that may be the way to go just to save yourself some cash. But yeah, you just don't want it too big, but you also want them to be able to fully stretch out, you know, that type of thing. Not a stupid question. All right, guys. It's 11:43. I'm going to head out. Thank you very much, Lexi, for modding. And remember, my next live will be in the doghouse with the Corys. It should be April 10th, most likely. If things change, I'll let you know. Make sure to follow me on Instagram because I do a lot of story posts where I keep you guys like updated, like just on the dogs throughout the day. If I see something, them doing something cute, something cool, I will actually show you something from yesterday. I'll post it on my story. So I don't know if you can see right here. Yeah, that's Bruce and that's Justice cuddling up together yesterday. Official cuddle session, right? Official cuddle session around the couch. So, you know, if you want to see updated stuff on the dogs, I would definitely follow me on Instagram, JasonCorey411. Lexi, again, thank you for modding. Yes, our t-shirts do ship internationally. Check them out. And thanks for everyone that joined. I love being able to chat with you guys. Just these videos are the best. Like, I like doing these kind of lives where I just like chat back and forth with you because it's like really gives me a chance to connect with you guys one-on-one versus me discussing a topic. I mean, I enjoy doing that too, but and then getting your views on it. But you know, I'll keep randomly doing these just like straight up Q&As where I'm talking to you guys. I enjoy them. The dogs sleep through them, so it's all good. So thank you for joining Coffee and Corsos Live with Jason Corey. And until next time, we will see you later. Peace, guys. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. Oh, I'm probably going to be dropping daily uploads, especially this weekend. I have a video uploaded tomorrow where it's titled "The Puppy Asked for It." And then, do I have one uploaded for Saturday? I may have one uploaded Saturday, which was Justice at Daycare. And there's another puppy Cane Corso there. There won't probably be one Sunday, probably won't be one Monday. I'm going to be really busy with stuff on Kara's channel I have to do. But I may be just basically start doing every other day because it seems like you guys are getting bored of daily. And if you guys get bored of daily, the algorithm hates me and then it never pushes out any video. I know, that's why I hate playing this game. And actually that's why I like the members section as well. I was able to just upload a video yesterday, some kind of like dog psychology tip on how I get Justice to eat. Puppies can be like very picky with food. Cane Corsos are just in general picky with food. So kind of like a little dog psychology trick I use on Justice to get him to eat all his food. But it was awesome because I can literally just like post it to the member section, and because it's not being pushed out to the world by YouTube, I don't really need to worry about thumbnails or titles or anything like that. So I'm going to try to keep doing those as well, but those will be for members only. So yeah, my upload schedule is probably going to be every other day starting next week, most likely. So stay tuned. Video tomorrow, probably a video Saturday, and then I'll probably start going every other day. All right, guys, just wanted to keep you guys updated and everything, and we will see you later. Peace, guys. Enjoy. What day is it? Enjoy your Thursday and your upcoming weekend. All right, later.